That's the message you hear every day. They may not say it like that, but low-key, they do in their own way. So I don't know if it's my place to say, but I want to tell you something. As a man, you may not be pretty enough, but you are beautiful. See, being pretty is cool, but it don't last. The more you obsess over the body you have, the more you will feel pain. Cause see, one day the prettiness you cherish oh so much will fade. You won't be able to use Juno, Largo, Valencia to filter away because this is what happens naturally with age, and that's okay. So as you scroll down the page, comparing yourself to her, subconsciously driving yourself insane, I got a secret to tell you. Come closer. You're being played. See, the stress and anxiety you feel is exactly what these companies intend to do to your brain. I mean, think about it. How do you suppose they call it instant gram? Because it gives you an instant gram. See, every like is like a hit. And the more you get, the more it takes to keep feeling what you're back. So it's no coincidence that you then double tap. Digital drug dealer that constantly lower your self-esteem and then supply you with the things you need. Every day you scroll through her, they treat you like a pig. How do you think they call it feed? Let me get you up to speed. It's the same reason banks get on a sucker when you leave. They laugh right in your face because they know you can't stop them. They're in the business of addiction and they know they got you. 2,617. You know what that number means? That's the number of times a day the average person touches their phone. Millions of people every minute come down with somebody like bipolar syndrome. You got all these followers, but you can't shake the feeling of being alone. Open your eyes, it's all by design. They want you to feel not enough, like you have to constantly prove your worth. From the movies you watch, to the songs on your radio dial, to the magazine placed so neatly in the grocery aisles. You know the ones with the movie stars. Since they couldn't make any money if you already love who you are. See, there is no profit in saying you're already perfect. You're beautiful too. So I don't expect this video to get too many views, but I gotta do what I gotta do and tell the truth. And the truth is, you don't need perfect eyebrows or a thigh gap. You are already so lit. And you don't need a large number of people you don't know to confirm that. You don't need the latest detox program, teeth whitener, or flat abs. Your worth is not determined by the price tag on a dress, pair of shoes, or a new bag. I wish I could show you what you have. Keep it yourself. It is truly a beauty that the words cannot describe. But ironically, it speaks for itself. See, when you smile, you shine and brighten the darkest place. So it's your duty to keep smiling, to make this whole world a better place. You are enough, and knowing that is something nobody can ever take. Whether you do or don't have blush on your face. You laughing, but I'm serious. So who cares about being pretty enough? You are already so beautiful. Period.
Welcome to the call, ladies. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so excited for tonight. I have literally been thinking about it all day, all day, all day, all day. So I am so excited. It is the finale. It's the finale. I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel, to be honest. It's the finale. We are literally ending, but an amazing online experience. If you have been here this week and you got something this week, just put a me in the chat. Let me know. Like, did you get some value this week? Did you get some value? We literally heard from some amazing leaders. They're on the call today. They did some amazing trainings. If you were on our Girl Talk last night, you had a great conversation with us last night. Last night was amazing as well. Okay, I see it in the chat. I see it. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. So, if you don't know who I am, my name is Taylor Allen. I actually have the pleasure of being a mentor to the ladies that you guys heard from this week. And honestly, I'm so overwhelmed, number one, especially after last night. I'm so overwhelmed because I cannot be who I am and do what I do without them. I want you to know that. You ladies have put on a phenomenal event this week, and I'm so proud of each and every single last one of you. And if you guys could drop some clapping hands in the chat, they did amazing. Okay? I had a vision, and you got to know whenever God gives you a vision, He's going to give you visionaries. And those visionaries are going to turn your vision into a reality. They're going to allow your vision to unfold. And I just want you ladies to know this is not a one-woman show by any means. And that's honestly why you're just now hearing from me, at the end, because I really wanted to let you guys know that if it wasn't for them, I would not have the seat I have if it wasn't for them. And if it wasn't if it wasn't for them, basically, okay, I would not even have the seat. And they have to be at the table with me, okay? So first, I just want to give it up for them. They did amazing this week. And, they inspire me. We're truly a family, all of that. But, okay, so let's get into it because tonight is the finale. I really want to get out y'all way. And my girls know this. I really want to get off the call because we got a very special speaker coming up. But before she comes up, I literally have something called a next level call. And that's what we're going to get into right now. And I do this next level call. It's really by inspiration. I don't have a schedule for it necessarily. I just do it, when I'm inspired. If you ever been on a next level call, drop a next level in the chat. If you ever been on a next level call, just drop one in the chat. And basically, this next part that we're about to do is the next level call. And sometimes I open it up to everyone. Sometimes I'll post it on my Instagram. But basically, what the next level call is it's where I give gems, right? Or tips, advice for what will take you to the next level. But it's not fundamental. It's not a technique. It's nothing like that. It's really focusing on the spiritual, the inner work that you have to do to get to the next level, the inner work that's required. That's really what the next level call is about. And to be completely honest, every single level that I went to, next level, the next one after that, it always required a shift in here. It always required something personal, something internal, right? Now, this week, on Monday specifically, you ladies saw $1 million opportunity. $1 million opportunity. You saw an opportunity to never worry about money again. I want to just make that very simple and clear for you. You saw an opportunity where you never have to worry about money again. Now, most people, including me, by the way, doesn't even know what it's like to not have to think about money. When I really started to dive into this, I realized how it was embedded in my thoughts, embedded in my DNA, literally. And I didn't even realize it. Now, let's think about some scenarios of this. I'm going to tell you how I know this was true for me. And let me know if it's true for you too. Somebody invites you on a trip, right? And your first thought is, well, how much is it? Where are we going? What's the flights like? Is it all inclusive? What I got to pay? How much do I need to save? Right? For me to go on this trip. Okay? You want to go shopping. I'm a big shopper. Okay? I'm going to talk about that later. I'm a big shopper. First thing you're thinking when you go shopping, okay, what's my budget? Where am I shopping? Okay? Where am I going? How much can I spend? Right? And me, I'm a big eater too. Really big eater. Love food. Okay? Way to my heart. And the first thing you think of, okay, well, where can I eat? Your girls ever told you, like, let's go out to eat. Let's go out to eat, right? And you can tell, what everybody's pockets are feeling like based off of where we decide we're going to eat, okay? If they say, Leah, let's go to Applebee's, you like, okay, Applebee's. That means we doing good. Everybody kind of doing okay. Okay, we doing okay. We ain't doing nothing crazy. We just, we doing something simple. We trying to eat. We really just trying to spend quality time, okay? And then you got other times, right? When your girls say, let's go to Benihana, let's go to STK. And you like, ooh, she must have got her taxes. Something popping over there. You like, I could make it, girl, but dang, I could be getting a salad. I could go, these are the thoughts you're having, right? And I'm telling you guys, because these are the thoughts I used to have. Think about this, though. Money is a taboo topic when you think about it. Although we're thinking about it majority of the time, we really don't talk about it too much. It's kind of like that topic that you really don't want to go into, that you really don't, you really don't want to talk about. Like, that's none of your business. Your girl balling just by how she acting, but you don't really know. It's very on the low. It's a taboo topic, right? And although it dominates our thoughts, this is a thing that I realized. Okay, and if this was you, it's okay, because this is me. I used to think that all rich people, all they thought about was money. That's what I used to think. Rich people, all they think about is money. And then I realized that actually, when I got into spaces with wealthy people, I've been blessed to be in spaces with wealthy people, 7, 8 figures, cash millionaires, liquid millionaires. And you want to know what their conversations consisted mostly of? And I'm going to be honest with you, other people. Their conversations consisted mostly of other opportunities. And guess what my thought was? My thought then was, actually, the people who think about money the most are the people who don't have any. That's what I started to realize, is that the people where money dominated their thoughts were the people who really didn't have any. Example, you owe somebody less than $20 and they calling your phone every 20 minutes. Okay? Right? Another example, you spending your check. All right, your check is basically spent. You can't wait till Friday. You're just counting down the days. Then you look at your check and the numbers look a little funny. You're like, hold on, let me put it back in the envelope. Let me take it back out, because I think they missing something here. And it just throws your whole mood. You don't even want to go nowhere no more. You're like, you know what? I can't even afford to go nowhere no more. You know what? Just forget everything. Forget everything, right? Changes your whole mood. The rudest people, right, in my experience, are the people who were like stressed, worried, or they had anxiety. Now, of course, there's examples of both. That's not the point I'm trying to make, right? That's not the point I'm trying to make at all. But I realized when I got in these spaces, ladies, is that the people who are wealthy, they created jobs every time they created another business. The people who are wealthy were able to give bigger checks to their churches. The people that were wealthy were able to invest in the causes that they believed in, right? That was the truth. And here's the truth. I want you to remember this. If you don't remember anything about this call tonight, I want you to remember this. And this is where I'm going to blanket this whole talk with right here. There are a ton of things more important than money. A ton of things more important than money. But sis, you got to get some so you can focus on them. I'm going to say that one more time. There are a ton of things more important than money. But you got to get some so you can focus on those things. So you can't focus on the other things if you're worried about your bills being paid, right? You can't focus on those things if you're stressed, right? Because like I just showed you, it dominates your thoughts. It dominates your thoughts, and you probably just didn't even realize it. I didn't realize it. Okay, Taylor, where are we going with this? What are we pointing to, right? What are we getting to? The reason why I'm bringing this up, because this is not a financial seminar. We're not about to talk about money for the rest of this. The reason why I'm talking about this right now is because we're about to go into the next level. And what I want you to know, we're going to this next portion of the presentation. And what I'm about to go over is going to prepare you for the future that you've been praying for. What I'm about to go over is going to prepare you for the $1 million opportunity that you saw at the beginning of this week. Okay? Now, when I first heard this information that I'm about to go over with you, it changed my life. It changed my life. If you're looking for a life change, or you would like your life to change, put a me in the chat. This information I'm about to go over with you changed my life. When I first got a hold of this information, I'll tell you where I was. It was about 7 months ago, almost 8 months now. 7 months ago, 8 months now, and I was leaving a physically abusive relationship. I was engaged. Do you hear me? I was engaged, meaning I was going to get married to somebody who was physically abusing me. And then I had a moment, and it actually wasn't a moment, it was a situation that was basically a near death situation where I woke up and I said, something's got to change because I could lose my life here. So I made the decision to leave, right? And then I got a hold of this information that I'm about to go over with you tonight. I don't even think the ladies in my investment group, they know about the story, but I don't think they even know what I'm about to go over with you guys. Are you ready? Let me know. Yes or no. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Because I'm ready to give it to you. This information, get your notepad out. Get your notepad out. This changed my life. 7 months ago, I have never been the same woman. And I never will be. And I'm going to give you exactly what took me to the next level. Ready? Let's get to it. So, first things first. Okay? I met Tez, who is my boyfriend now. I met him when he came to LA. And you know, when you asking questions, trying to get to know people, you know, what you like doing, you know, what's your favorite color? It wasn't none of that stuff. You know, I should have known. He was coming to LA to see Bob Proctor, okay? So I should have known he wasn't going to ask me no just regular questions, okay? But the question that he had asked me, and I want you to write this down. This is the first thing I want you to write down. He said, we were talking in conversation, and he said, what do you want? And I said, in life, in love, in business. And he said, what do you want? So I'm like, I want you to dive in to what this question is. That's what I want. And he said, what do you want? And when he asked me that question, ladies, I realized that I had never asked myself that. See, as women, we tend to fill roles and become people that other people would like, other people would praise, what other people would assume, right? For me, I'm a college student. I went to a Christian school. The role for me is to get married when you graduate. Who created this? I don't know, okay? But that was the role. So sometimes we tend to fill these roles and we think that that's what we wanted. And then we never took a chance to sit down and think, what do I want? Right? So when he asked me that, it was the first time I ever even thought of that question. I said, what do I want? It was almost like I forgot he was even there. I just had to dive into the question. Do you know how simple that is? What do you want? That's 4 words. Powerful. Spoke to me in that moment because I said I never thought about that. Why have I never thought about that? That was my next question. Why haven't I never thought about that? I'm 24 years old. What have I been doing the past 24 years? Has it even been what I wanted? Right? And what I want you to do is underneath that, I don't want you to write anything underneath that. I want you to leave the space. Sometimes we get uncomfortable in the space, but I want you to leave the space there. Leave the space. I don't want you to feel it right now. I couldn't even answer the question, I think, for 2 days when he asked me that question because I didn't want to rush it. I really wanted to know because I knew this was a pivotal point in my life. Underneath that, so we're gonna talk about 2 questions today. The first question, what do I want? Underneath that, you're gonna leave a space. And then underneath that, I want you to write at the bottom, because I deserve it. Because I deserve it. Okay? What do you want? Because you deserve it. And for me, it was the first time that I actually told myself that I deserved something. See, I thought I deserved abuse. I thought I deserved name calling. I thought I deserved, to be treated as less than. That's what I thought I deserved. And when I left that relationship, ladies, by the way, this is a side note, but when I left that relationship, I had lost pretty much everything. My place, my Audi, and he was in IM. I think he's still in IM. But I had also lost the business because the business was in his name. So when I chose to leave that, I lost everything. So these questions hit me like hit me, right? Because I deserve it. Wait a minute. I deserve what I want? Okay, we get it somewhere. I was like, I'm feeling that. Okay, let's get into it. Now, this is the second question. Because I answered the question, what do I want? And it began to unfold. It began to develop further, right? But this is the second question we're going to talk about tonight. Is what kind of person must I become? That's question number 2. What kind of person must I become? Because the things that you want require a certain type of woman. See, the reason why you want them, the reason why you wrote them in number 1 is because you don't have them. And if the person that you are could get them, you would already have them. So there's a certain person on your next level that you have to become. Okay? So you wrote what you wanted down, what you wanted as the first step. You wrote what you wanted down as the first step, right? Now the second step, really is kind of the first step when you think about it, is becoming the type of person that would have those things. I'm gonna give you some scenarios and I'm gonna talk about it because I'm gonna go there. I told you guys I would go there. But I'm telling you this because it was me. So if I'm talking, just know that it was me. I'm talking from a place of, ladies, this was me. I'm talking to myself. Okay? You want peace, right? Some people want peace. But you watch reality TV. You follow the shade room. I'm going to speak on it. Because this was me. Ooh, I'm going to tell y'all why. I'm going to tell y'all why I'm going there. Okay? I'm going to tell you why in a second. Okay? You want money, but you have bad spending habits. You know? Ooh, them Fashion Over texts be coming through at the right time too. They always come through when I got money. I be like, now why is the 80% off sale again? We just had one. Okay? Let me go look and see what they got on here. Let me just go look. Right? Like, let me just go see. Goodness. Let me just go look just to see what it's looking like. Right? You want a relationship, but you haven't dealt with your past hurt. Your heart is in pieces. You keep attaching yourself to other people in hopes that they could fill the void. Right? Here's some better scenarios because I want to give you where we want to go. What do we want to think about? Okay, Taylor. I want to be a millionaire. What would a millionaire do? Right? A millionaire would get up early, right? Okay, a millionaire, they split up their money before they spend it. Okay, that's what millionaires do. Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. They probably read. Do millionaires have cable? You know, these are the things I was really asking myself. You know, what would a millionaire do? Okay, I want to be a wife. Okay, I want to be a wife. I should read the Bible. Perfect. I probably also need to stop watching reality TV because I don't want no cheating husband, and I ain't gonna be fighting at the bar. Okay, that don't really fit the person that would have the things that I want. Okay, that don't fit. All right. This is why I'm telling you this, and I want you to write this down. Whatever you focus on grows. Whatever you focus on grows. If you think you can do it, you're absolutely right. If you think you can't do it, you're absolutely right. Whatever you focus on grows. Okay? So if you're focusing on drama, if you're entertained by drama, if you're entertained by gossip, that's going to grow in your life. It is. Here's another one. Whatever you feed yourself will eat its way into your daily life and habits. Whatever you feed yourself will eat its way into your daily life and habits. So what kind of person would have the things that you want? You got to become her. You got to become her. You see, I'm not obsessed with Forex. I'm not obsessed with the ranks. I'm not obsessed with that. You want to know what I am obsessed with, though? Everybody type obsessed in the chat box. This is what I'm obsessed with. It's what I wake up thinking about. It's what I go to sleep thinking about. Do you want to know what it is? I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with the tailor that is a six-figure earner within this opportunity. Y'all want to know why I'm so obsessed with her? Oh my gosh, she is such a boss. She's phenomenal. Oh my goodness. She's not emotional. She's not a bad spender. Oh my Lord, the girl got money. She dressed good too. She's a good steward of her money. She don't get angry easily. See, I'm Filipino, and they got this thing called Filipino fire. It basically just means like you got a little spice, a little umph to you, I guess. But the tailor that I see, oh my goodness, she's so soft. But she a boss. Don't play. Don't play. She's a boss, right? I'm obsessed with her. I think about becoming her. And guess what? As a result of becoming her, I'm going to get the things that I want. But I'm not obsessed with the things. I'm not looking at the things. I'm looking at that woman. And this is why you want to focus on her, especially as women. Because when you focus on her, it doesn't matter if another girl is winning. When you focused on her, it doesn't matter if people lying about you, if people talking about you. You think people don't talk about me? I hear it all. But you want to know why I don't care? You want to know why I can clap for another woman? Because I'm not attached to that anyway. I'm not attached to it. I'm attached to that Taylor. Woo! Look at her walk. I can literally see her walking in my head. And that enough is just like, yes. Right? So ladies, I really want you to write down, what do you want? Who do I need to become to get those things? What type of life would that type of woman live? And I want you to be absolutely obsessed with her. I want you to think about her. And then I want you to start acting like her. I want you to start thinking like her. I want you to start talking to people like you are her. I want you to start walking around like you her. Dress like her. Talk like her. Think like her. Do the things that she would do. And guess what? One day you're going to wake up and you're going to be her. You're going to be her. And just like that, you created the life. And I'm going to end right here because we got an amazing guest coming up next. I don't believe in having an or life. Everybody type or in the chat box. I don't believe in an or life where you can be happy in a marriage or you can have good kids, where you can have a good spiritual life or you can be rich. I don't believe in an or life. I believe in an and life. Everybody type and. I believe you can be rich and happy in love. I believe you can be spiritually sound and confident. That's what type of life that I know that God designed for us to have. I know He designed for us to have an and life. You don't have to pick and choose. Who told you that? You better know exactly what you want. Be specific about it. And say, I'm going to have this and that too, and whatever's coming next, and what was meant for me. I want it all. I want it all. Now, this next speaker that's about to come up, woo, I'm ready to get off. I'm so glad the time is here. I'm like, oh, yes, the time went fast. It's time to go. Got my notebook because the next speaker that we have coming up, I'm so excited. If you don't have this in the business, I want you to find this. This is another assignment for you. Because when you're in this business, you want to find somebody who you can connect with. It's very important. It's very important that you find somebody that you can connect with in this business. And don't look about a rank. Don't look about a rank. Don't look about anything. Find a leader, though, a leader that you can connect with. It's very, very important, okay? That you find a leader that you can connect with. When I first saw Anta, I had been in the business, I think at this point, for 2 months, and I had just went P2000. And I told Tez, I said, Tez, this girl, I had never seen Anta, by the way, never heard of her, never seen her, nothing. I said, Tez, this girl just went chairman. She did it in 4 months. And I said, Tez, okay, and then look, check this out. So I'm on Anta's Instagram for God knows how long. You know how sometimes you just get lost on people's Instagram? So I just get lost on the girl Instagram. I'm just over here like, captions and everything. Look, no shame, because this is my girl. Let me tell y'all, okay? And I literally was like, yo, I connect with this woman beyond business. I was like, I love how she thinks. I love how she talks. I love how she carry herself. I love what she talks about. I love how she dressed. And there, mind you, I've seen tons of there's so many beautiful chairwomen leaders in the company, and I definitely love them. And I write notes when they talk, and there's so many of them. But none of them were my age. The ones that I really looked up to and I felt I connected with, they weren't my age, you know. So the connection was a little different. You know, they were married with kids. We're in different places in our life. You feel me? So when I saw Anta, I literally was like, yo, I'm feeling this. This is somebody I can definitely like connect with, right? So I was following Anta for a minute, and then literally I got to meet her in person, and I was so nervous. Tez always does this to me, by the way. I was so nervous. He was like, go talk to her, go, you love her. I'm like, ooh, chill, hold on, I gotta breathe, you know. And I do not get starstruck, none of that stuff. But it was just like, you know, if you find somebody that you connect with and you know you really look up to them. So anyway, we met, and even her energy was different. If you've ever been in the same room with Anta, her energy's different. And I'm not even trying to hype her up. And if you ever met her, you know she don't even need no hyping. Her energy was different. It felt different. After we had talked, I was like, that's really different. First time I met David and Manitia, it was the same thing. It's like a different energy. It was different. And I'm so honored. I'm so excited for what she's about to share with us. And I want to first thank you so much, Anta, for closing out. What better way to close out the Girls Just Want to Have Fun's tour online experience, the Chairwoman tour, which we dubbed it. What better way to close it out than with Chairwoman 10? And so y'all gotta drop something in the chat though. I'm not just about to pull her up. Like, I need to see something in the chat. Drop some bags, drop some Birkin, drop something, because she's about to come in and really pour out. And I'm so excited. I'm really ready to hop into it, to be honest. But yes, there we go. There's the love. I'm like, y'all gotta show my girl some more love before she just come up here like this, okay? Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna just pop up and we're gonna get it rolling.
Hey, Taylor.
Hi.
You look so cute. First, let me just say, I'm so humbled to be a part of this and to be the closing. Like, girl. Like, girl. And then the love in the chat. Like, what? I'm just a little girl from Chicago. It will never, ever change. And I feel like, okay, I'm just going to go right on in. I'm sorry. I'm just going right on in. Like, I'm listening to the conversations that are being had about the women in the business. And there's like this like, it's like this false truth, if you will. It's like women are just now taking off. That like has to be said before they acknowledge the work, the storm that's essentially cooking on this side. You feel me? And it's like we can honor and celebrate our wins and what we've been able to accomplish without minimizing its value, because the space that we occupy, what we are able to produce, is a direct reflection of what we bring to the table. And so to even doubt it, to be in conversation and to say, we're just now doing it. No, we've been doing it. We're just doing it better. We're just doing it better. It's just a lot more order. Just like it's more order in every other part of the business. It's just a lot more order. We're maybe a little bit more aware, especially in a period like this when we're just being asked to be still. You have no choice but to be still. You have no choice. I said it earlier, and I still cannot remember where I heard this from first. I don't know if I read it or if I heard it, but it's just you and your shadow. It's just you and your shadow. I feel like the shadow represents that false truth that has to be said before we really celebrate what we're able to bring to the table, the doubt. you know, the things that are essential to our being, but are so hard to talk about. I mean, like, Taylor, I just want to say I appreciate your transparency at my core, because there's a reason why we vibed. But there's a reason why every woman on this call felt you, whether or not that was an experience that they had or not. So it's just mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling to believe that we can be that essential to a space. We can be that essential to ourselves and try to disqualify ourselves at the same rate. How can we be that essential to the spaces that we occupy? How can we be that aware of what we bring to the table and still be willing to disqualify ourselves? And it's an internal thing, a one-to-one type thing, like where it's just you and you. And it's literally just me and me right now. I'm looking at my shadow. You can see my shadow behind me. It's everywhere. I can't go anywhere. I can't go anywhere. And so now you are to just think and rest upon all of the things that you should have done, and all of the things that you could have done, and all of the things that you should have fixed, and all of the ways that you could have showed up. And now the ample time, I just said it in the Instagram post, and that's why the gram is so interesting, because I know it can be hard to decipher what's real from what's different, but anything I put up is the real deal, no spill, okay? Like, I mean it. I'm like, all of a sudden now it's like I have all of the time on my hands that I've ever needed, but nothing's getting done. I'm stationary. I don't have to see the same people that I was seeing before. I don't have to engage in some of the same things that I was engaging in. Yes, life has shifted. I'm operating within a different dynamic, but most of the elements of the equation are pretty much the same. And so now I'm looking at myself when I wake up in the morning like, maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. Maybe every single time what's aligned with my life and what God is manifesting for me comes even a foot within my range, I panic and I reject it. I'm not even acknowledging that it's a truth. I can't even give it all of that because I don't believe it. And it's so confusing. I'm about to get emotional. You feel me? It's like no one else is doing it. It's a one-to-one thing. You're just realizing, man, if I had just hustled, man, if I had just got up, man, if I had just listed out the things that I felt disqualified me and put the work in that was necessary to rearrange those things so that they weren't a concern. It seems so clear now. It seems so clear now. But the truth is that even after a revelation like that, some of us are still stationary. David Mnisier has said something on the last 2 calls that he's been on that has really shook me to my core. It's this whole concept of being disgusted with your present situation, disgusted with your mindset, disgusted with how you use your time, disgusted with how you position yourself, just growing disgusted with it. Because once you're disgusted with something, you don't want to be around it. If something disgusts you, if you tell a person that they disgust you, if I tell a person they disgust me, I don't want to see them. I need them to back away. If I say some food disgusts me, I don't want to see it. I don't want to eat it. I don't want to smell it. I don't want to be around it. If I say that a show disgusts me, if you turn it on around me, it's going to be a problem. If I say that the president disgusts me, then I'm going to make sure that every single time his name is spoken, I say something negative about it, because that's how I really feel. Disgusted. Disgusted. To get to that point and be in a position where you're just walking around with your shadow everywhere you go, that's like water and oil for most. You can be disgusted. You can be upset. You can be bothered by it. You can be uneasy about the fact that before this epidemic, things weren't where they needed to be, but now things really aren't where they need to be. So it's just an adjustment. But sometimes the disgust is so crippling, you don't want to move. You don't want to get up. You don't want to make a phone call. You don't want to see about nobody in your family. It gets like that. And that's one thing I don't think is ever mentioned when David Ebenezer talks about the disgust. Because some of this disgust can be so real, it's like, nah, how? This is what the chairwoman doing? This is what the chairwoman pushing through? How? This is what Paloma Sansoris is doing? How? How? No way. It doesn't even make sense. It's not adding up. No way. But it's the facts. And it's a decision. It's a decision to be very well aware of just how ugly things are and be so uncomfortable with your level of awareness as it pertains to how ugly things are. You could be so ugh, but make the ugh get you up. You gotta run. You have to blast. It's almost like the things that you think make you a zero honestly make you a hero. The things that X'd me out before checked me in after. Trust. The things that X'd me out before checked me in directly after. There's lessons to be learned in all of the things that you experience and that you endure. And after you learn the lesson, if you are smart, as I'm 100% sure that I know you are, when you fall, when you fail, when something doesn't go the way that it's supposed to go, you learn the lesson and you pocket it in your toolkit. I really wish I knew the verse. Ooh, wait a second. I believe it is Galatians. Oh, oh. And I'm only going there because it's a feeling. Whoa. You're talking about armor. You're talking about the things that you have on you, your toolkit. When you're talking about what you're suited up for. Okay? You're talking about, why y'all got me crying? I needed to be that low. I had something to get right there. I had something to get right there. I had something to get right. I needed someone to burn me like that. I needed to be left for as long as I was left. I needed to figure it out. I needed to have that on me. I needed to have that on me. Because whatever was on its way towards me, whatever it was that I was walking towards, whatever is positioning itself, getting prepared for me, they're going to have to know it's a fight. I got so many tools. I'm not just coming with my hands on my legs. I got so many tools, not just my brain, not my looks, not my outfit. I got tools. and I'm going to use them. Because what it took me to even acquire the tool, you wouldn't even what? You would have stopped on the second stroke with the shovel. No. No. Our level of awareness for ourselves and our level of awareness for what we're actually in has to skyrocket. I mentioned the verse, I really hope it's Galatians, because if it's not, I'm going to be depressed. But he was talking, and I don't even remember who he was referencing. Oh, it's been a long day. I've been on the phone. But I was reading earlier, but I was reading Psalms. But essentially, he's talking about just the armor that someone has when they suit up for anything in life and they know the spiritual superior that they have. And how the soldier had oil. All right. He had the weaponry. He had the power of someone else, but he also had oil. And I'm listening to the entire sermon, just taken aback by the fact that when we suit up, it's not just, hold on, it was Galatians. Look, I knew it. 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 Talking about suiting up for a battle. But what happens when you go, wait a second, when I heard this, I'm like, you was younger, you about to go fight. Before our chairwoman days, right? We getting it in when we needed to get it in, okay? Elbows and all. But you grabbing the Vaseline, you gotta grease up. You gotta grease up, because if you hit me in my face, I know you want to because I'm pretty. But if you do, it seems to slide right off. I need it to be, if you're gonna hit me in my face, you're gonna hit me, it needs to slide right off. I don't need to feel the impact. Okay? So what happens when you're suiting up for a battle and you got oil? I just, whew. What's done is done. You have acquired what you needed to acquire to do what is required of you. Now it's time to just do it. You feel unprepared. You feel like it's come too fast. You feel like it's too much. You feel like they could have said it nicer. You feel like it could have been done a different way. You feel like the list will roll on for hours upon days, upon weeks, upon months. But you're going to have to do it either at the beginning of that period, the middle of that period, or the tail end of that period, when everyone else who chose to suck it up, who chose to grab their belt, who chose to suit up for battle, pressed ahead, and is living the life that you deserved as well, but you didn't acquire it because you disqualified yourself. We're playing the sweetest game here. No referees. Everybody got a straight shot. Straight shot to the basket. And it's like, we just running a drill. It's like it feels like we're just running a drill. It feels like we're waking up, giving gratitude, and being asked to make money from our phones and show other people how to do the same. In a time like this where it seems like it's so crucial for us to tap into our toolkit and figure out how we're going to fight this thing. It's almost like, how dare I slack? Like, how dare I try to cat a corner? How dare I try to minimize the value of it? How dare I slack? How dare I look at myself and think that it's not enough? How dare I, with my lungs being as perfect as they are, with my air being as quality as it is. I can feel them expanding. I can feel my legs. I can feel my fingers. My eyes open on their own every morning. How dare I? Created so perfectly, so intentionally, so purposefully, and so wonderfully. Don't you dare. And if you take that, but that's a tool. That's like I don't even know. I didn't play video games. I won't lie. I played Cooking Mama on the Nintendo DS. I didn't play video games, but this is like a wild card. Let's say it's like a draw 16 in a game of Uno. You get that wrapped around your finger, then you can throw that bad boy out anytime. I'm good. I'm covered. Peace be unto you. Wind to your back. I'm covered. I'm good. You start to ask them, how dare they? How dare you even come around me? How dare you even, what? No. Mm-mm. It gets like that. How dare you? It gets like that. But you got to get like that first. 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 You're cultivating women on your team. You got to get like that first for them to follow suit. You got to get like that first. Direct reflection. And how you show up. Say you're not even a ranked leader, but if you are someone who is well on your way to chairwoman, because it's a mindset well before it's an actual rank. I was a P2000 and I had already known, I had already seen what was about to happen. I carried myself as such. At a P150 level, I carried myself as such. I posted every single day like I knew I had people coming in my DMs by the swarms, but they weren't. I was pressing the matter as if I had been in the opportunity for forever and a day, but I wasn't. I was showing up every single day, pushing myself. I didn't know if it was going to work, but I acted like I did. And when people asked me, was I 100% confident? Of course I told them I was, and of course I was, but it didn't feel like it. It didn't feel like it. And I had to explain it that wordy because that's how back and forth this shit is. I remember my P150 days. That is how back and forth this shit is. You're like, wait a second. But okay, no, it's chairwoman. It's the chairwoman one. Okay, but wait a second. Okay, I'm back running. But the truth is that you have to pick a side. Because it's a consistency game. You pick a side and you press on that side and you just don't alleviate. You don't alleviate it of the pressure. You leave it there. You leave it there. You leave it there. You leave it there. But it's a part of it. It's 100% a part of it. And you use your toolkit to combat the things that come. Let the hunger overcome you. Let the hunger overcome you. Forget the smaller or more futile things around you that are trying to sustain your appetite. Like just like fly by night things. This is a real thing. And you know what happened the last time you gave all of yourself to something. Do it here. You know what happened the last time you gave all of yourself to something. I'm sure it was amazing. So beautiful. Do it here. Wake up at 7 a.m. Give gratitude to whomever your spiritual superior is. My father is Muslim, so whomever you believe God to be, give gratitude. Eat right. Don't gotta be keto, because Lord knows, okay? But eat good. Fill your body. Unfollow 10 people a day. Unfollow 10 people a day. Your Instagram feed feeds you. It's not called a feed for no reason. It's a real thing. like what you think about. Our subconscious minds are not within our control. Once we see it and once we receive it, it's within us. That's why it's important to control your surroundings. But I also understand that in this period of social distancing, controlling your surroundings is a privilege. Some of you guys are trying to craft out of attics, basements, bedrooms, sharing rooms with other people. That's your office. And you're trying to get it, but you're going to have to think that it's where you want to be. You're going to have to. That's the type of grind. You're going to have to. You're going to have to. Do that long enough to, it's important to, but, and I'm more than sure that Taylor has said this before, vibrating on the level that you want to honestly be at, right? Just attracting those things, aligning yourself with those things. It takes a different type of heart to be in the financial position that you want to be in, say 30 days, than the heart that you have now. You're gonna have to shake off some things. You're gonna have to get lighter. Try to get lighter. You're trying to launch a business. You're trying to turn Instagram into your office. You've never done anything like this before. This isn't something that you honestly believe to be real for yourself, but now you're doing it. And if you only are putting one foot in and the other out, it doesn't work. We need your heart pure. We need your heart healthy and happy. So we need people around who are saying good things and good things only. And if they're saying bad things, we got to be doing something. We got to be doing something up here that's rejecting it almost immediately. And it's a conscious action that you do. Trust me, it took me time. It took me time. But it's a matter of obedience. You adjust before you obey. You adjust so you can get in a position to obey. And once it's time to obey, you just need to do what you know is required. You just need to do what you know is required. I think even myself, I tried to obey before I adjusted. My mentor is my boyfriend, okay? But you gotta know the difference. And that was one thing I lacked. I couldn't separate the two. Didn't hurt his bag. It only compromised my own. I was trying to be a leader. I was trying to duplicate the setup that I was witnessing. I was trying to follow in the steps of the person who guided me into this opportunity. But I hadn't adjusted. I hadn't gotten rid of my ego. I hadn't. Right now, we're doing a lot of adjustment because we just looking at our shadow all day. But at that time, I hadn't seen my shadow. I hadn't really known just the real impact of some of my stupid decisions. I just didn't really know how incorrectly I was applying, like how off my analysis was. I really didn't know. But now, it's like you would be a fool. You would be a fool not to listen to apply. Not listen and apply, listen to apply. There's no reason, there's no other point that you're on this Zoom call, and it's well into, what time is it? Well into 11 o'clock. It's not like you're just here just because it's the fun thing to do. You got something to do. So no more one foot in, one foot out. And on top of making sure that we have people around us who are speaking nicely and making sure that we're actively rejecting things that are not speaking towards us nicely. Get some rest. Get some rest. Get some rest. You wake up earlier in the day, you can maximize your time. And watch. When you just start to, it's like little things. Like, I'm gonna be so transparent and honest. Like, this is probably the first time that I've shared this, but y'all already had me crying. So at this point, what should I say, right? I really wasn't into like, I had always, okay, so I've been dancing since I was 3, but I never really was into fitness or whatever. But my boyfriend liked to run. He liked to work out frequently. And he would like wake up every single day and start running. And that was never like my vibe. I was like, I'm not gonna start I'm not gonna start the day running a mile. It's not giving that. So I'll be here when you get back. And he never stopped. It's now like month 9 of this whole fitness thing that he just saw, wanted, and just did. And now it's an essential element to every part of his day. And so now he got me, quarantine Anta, running stairs every morning. We're running to the 25th floor of the building, we're running down to the bottom. He stays on the 17th floor, so we're running down to the bottom, up to the 25th, down to the bottom, and back up to the 17th floor. I'd be dead. Like, I'd be dead. But the truth is, it's such a great way to just it's like, first few days, I was like, ooh, this is not it. But like the 4th day, I'm like excited because it's a challenge. I'm being so real. It's a challenge. It's like how I did yesterday, like it was crazy hard the first day. Second day, I wasn't dying that much. Third day, it was like a little wheezing. 4th day, I was like, okay. But like 5th day, 6th day, 7th day, full week, I'm like, I'm beating him to the door. I'm like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just fun because it's a challenge. And every single time you're doing it, first of all, when I'm running, I'm either listening to like music or I'm listening to a lot. I listen to podcasts. Sarah Jakes Roberts, I love her. Michael Todd. Like I listen to things like audiobooks. It's important. You gotta like put good stuff in you, okay? I'm literally always listening to something substantive. So when I'm running the stairs, I'm listening. And it's just activating me for the day. And when we get back, he's like started this whole juicing thing. So now he's like blending fruits and like turmeric and all of this great stuff that's supposed to be good for your body. So I'm just watching him one morning and I'm like, whoa, like we really trying to like get like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was so funny to me. But then like I started incorporating it every day. Every day, and like my body feels different. So now I'm going like, I was already doing a detox when I was in Chicago temporarily. Since I've gotten back, I haven't had my detox materials because I didn't know it was going to get this real outside. So I'm stationary until further notice, but it's like an energy boost. And like we're just kind of slightly shifting how we're eating and like how frequently we're eating and what snacks we're eating. And it's a distinct difference in our energy levels, how we're interacting with one another. And there are other leaders that are around us right now. I'm with another P5 in the business. I'm with 3 other male leaders, 2 chairmen, 1 P2. And like, they're like Lisa, she's like on the same wave with us, but it's just like, we're just interacting differently. I don't know, it just feels different. And it's like, it goes back to that whole saying, like nothing changes. Nothing changes if nothing changes, but like change is nothing to be afraid of. I think that's really just the point I'm trying to make with it. Like integrating new things and like just trying a different route. If it wasn't working before, like maybe that's really just not the way. Like maybe like how you're moving and what you're doing really just isn't it. Like maybe it requires like a full blown like 360. Maybe it does. And that's okay. But you better do it soon, sis, because at this point, you know, I'm just every single day I'm looking outside like, is this real life or what? there was ever a time to be aware, if there was ever a time to be intentional, if there was ever a time to have that third eye wide open, it's now. It's now. It's now. So I believe that that's it. I think that we just had a real good Kiki, and y'all really just got me. Like, I'm about to be up in here for a little while to myself for a hot second. That was very humbling. And Taylor, I just want to thank you, because this was like just so beautiful. It wasn't even like when she messaged me and asked me, I said, of course. Like, I remember when I first met her. She's so genuine and so sweet. To have her as a leader, oh, you're so lucky. You're so lucky. Being genuine is not, it's not a trait, it's a skill. It's a skill. Because you just need to really, you gotta really see people. Something you can fake. Can't fake, you can't fake being able to empathize. You can't fake being able to sympathize. You can't fake being able to see another woman's beauty. You can't fake being able to celebrate another woman's wins. You can't fake that. That's a skill. And few got it. So to have a leader that has that, that's something to crip walk, chicken head, whatever you want to do to. Okay? So this is love. Taylor, I don't know if you're still on the call.
Yes.
If you had, okay, I'm going to go ahead and mute myself. Bye, you guys.
Oh my goodness. Look, everybody say thank you, Anta. Please just tell Anta thank you. I don't even know what else to say but thank you. Literally. I had to stop taking notes so I could just take it in. Like, I'm a big notes person, but I really stopped. I put my notebook down and I just had to experience that. Like, I had to just experience it with you. Like, that's how serious that really was right now. Wow. I don't even have any words. Look, that's all she wrote. This was the girls' tour. Girls Just Want to Have Fun's tour online experience. And it was way beyond. Even though the virus changed some things, it was way beyond anything I could have ever imagined. And I know a couple people asked, the recordings will be on YouTube. So you can replay this. You can watch this. I need to watch that again. I need to experience that again. All right. So that'll be on YouTube. And can somebody drop Anta's Instagram? Drop Anta's Instagram. And can somebody drop mine? I mean, mine is the woman there. I can send you the recording. Just DM me and I can send you the recording. You know, if you can't find it on YouTube, I got you. Because you need that too. I need to experience that again with you. Okay. I got to make sure you get that. Okay. So, oh my goodness. I appreciate you ladies. It's so much love. I love every single last one of you. Thank you for experiencing this with me. And thank you for sharing this with me. Have a great week, a great night. Get some rest. Anta said it first. Get some rest. And I will see you guys